Welcome to Golpe de Gol, only 97.7 KCIP The City. I'm your host Juan. Today, I'm so glad to see you again, mates. And we do have great information only here on Golpe de Gol, your prime destination for soccer and boxing news. Next slide. Next, please. Now, speaking about surprises and great information, why we don't talk about this man right here, which, by the way, is thinking about retirement. If you don't know who he is, if you live below a rock, this guy here is a Italian legend in coaching. This Italian legend called Carletto Ancelotti, after 30 years on the field as a coach, is thinking to retire. Why? Because all of the pressure that had been in his back after couple of recent bad results, which includes a 4-0 against FC Barcelona, El Clásico, 2 weeks ago at the Santiago Bernabeu in Real Madrid, after last week 3-1 defeat at Santiago Bernabeu against AC Milan for the current UEFA Champions League. And the most important that his exactors are saying is being 9 points below FC Barcelona at La Liga table. But guys, I have to be sincere. Come on. Even though he's old already, he's almost at his 70. The majority of his career, he have good numbers. For the one to know, this guy right here is the only coach that had been winning the UEFA Champions League 5 times. Like, no one. It's so hard to do that. Which, by the way, we will talk about that one in a moment. Next one, please. Next slide. Like, speaking about Carletto Ancelotti career as a coach, first he do starts with Juventus. Then he jumps to Chelsea, where he won the Premier League at 1998. After that one, he had his first experience as a Real Madrid coach, which, by the way, he earned the title of La Liga champions, plus the Copa del Rey. And even though he didn't get the result that was expected, he went to Japan to play the Intercontinental Cup against Boca Juniors, which, by the way, they do lost against the Argentinian team, with the goals of Juan Román Riquelme, Martín Palermo for the Argentinians, and Claude Makelele for the Spaniards. That one do happens at January the 9th, 2001 at Tokyo, Japan. After that one, he jumped to AC Milan, which, by the way, according to his own words, is the club that he loves. He is in love with the Rossoneri's. After that one, and being in love with money, he preferred to change his real love for money. So popular thing in soccer today. He went to coach Paris Saint Germain. Then, after a couple of years being at Paris Saint-Germain and lost a couple of UEFA Champions League finals, he decided to come back to Real Madrid. Now, after being a coach of Real Madrid for 4 years, again, he's thinking to retire. Next one, please. Now, as I told you, Carleto really loves AC Milan. As you can see, he's a four-time UEFA Champions League winner with this team. Two of them he earned it as a player. He was a midfielder. The one for the 1899, they do beat Benfica. At 1990, they do beat Stella Bucharest. That both of them were playing on Russia. Then, at 2003, as a coach, he won it when they beat Juventus at the UEFA Champions League final, which, by the way, was considered one of the greatest of the history. They even went to penalty shootouts. It was a great class of how to be a good defender, which, by the way, a master class of catenaccio, which is considered the Italian way of playing soccer. After that, he defeats on 2007 Liverpool in order to be the UEFA Champions League for a four-time champions. That one, they do beat Liverpool on Spain with a final result of 4-1. Next one, please. Now, in most recent years, Carleto won the UEFA Champions League for Real Madrid 3 times. First was on 2014 with an awesome header at the 94 minutes by Sergio Ramos. Real Madrid was so close to to lose that final, but thanks to their at the 94 minute to extra time. After that one, they do go for extra time and they do beat Atletico 4 goals to nil. For two of them, they were made by Cristiano Ronaldo. The other were made by Gareth Bale and other one by Marcelo. After that one, on 2022, they became the UEFA Champions League final after beating Liverpool 1-0 with a huge, awesome goal made by France striker Karim Benzema. After that one, the third time, they do became the UEFA Champions League final for the third time on 2024. On that one, they do beat Borussia Dortmund, which, by the way, was coached by Jurgen Klopp, actual coach of Liverpool. On that awesome team that Borussia need to have, it was included the always dangerous striker Robert Lewandowski, and during that times a young superstar for Switzerland called Erling Haaland. Even though they do get the W against Real Madrid. On that one, Real Madrid beat Borussia Dortmund 2-0 with two awesome goals made by Ronaldo. Next one, please. Over here, on this picture, we can see the Italian midfielder Carletta Ancelotti crowing as the UEFA Champions League winner, as a champion. This picture was made on January 1988 at Wembley Stadium when they do defeat Stella Bucharest, in order to become a four times UEFA Champions League champion for Milan. Next one, please. Now, speaking about the UEFA Champions League, why we don't jump to the table, which, by the way, the concept had been changed. During this actual UEFA Champions League tournament, now we may see it like that, is easier to win. Why? Because more teams are getting qualified instead of the only for 12 teams between 12 and 18. Now 30 teams can make it to the prestigious UEFA Champions League. Now let's talk about the first 8 teams of the table. First place, Liverpool. Second place, Sporting Lisboa, which, by the way, where Cristiano Ronaldo do debut. Third place, AC Monaco. These guys, they do invent the French striker Kylian Mbappe. Fourth place with 10 points, Brest. Now, the Italian legend, Inter Milan, with 10 points in fifth place. Sixth place, FC Barcelona, 9 points. Seventh place, Borussia Dortmund, 9 points. Eighth place, Aston Villa, the Billions, 9 points. Now, these 8 teams will qualify directly to the elimination stage. The one that are between the 9th place and the 16th, they will fight in order to join this group of the 8s in order to qualify at the elimination stage. That teams that are on the 9 and the 16 plates do include such legends such as Real Madrid, such as Juventus, such as Arsenal, Chelsea, Stella Bucharest, Manchester United, Manchester City, and some more awesome teams. Next one, please. Now, speaking about Real Madrid, unfortunately, the world soccer, and I don't even know how to say it, but sometimes life is hard, had to say goodbye to a next soccer superstar. This afternoon, Real Madrid says that 19 years old Mark Cucurella had to retire of the team after being diagnosed with a knee injury. Cucurella, the teenager, was considered the captain of the Real Madrid Castilla. Castilla is considered like the under 21 team of Real Madrid. Cucurella was this close to become part of the first team of Real Madrid. Actual players such as Vinicius Juniors and legends such as Marcelo, both Brazilians, were sending message in order to support this teenager. What can we see, guys? Sometimes life is like that. Next one, please. Now, speaking about dreams, speaking about ambitions, speaking about things that we love to do, why we don't talk about the qualifiers for the next World Cup, which, by the way, is 2 years ago. 2 years. In 2 years, Mexico, United States, and Canada will share the World Cup. Today, actions include awesome results and awesome clashes, such as Argentina against Paraguay, which, by the way, was considered the surprise of the night when Paraguay beats Argentina 2-1. Cardoso scored twice for Paraguay. Then for Argentina, Lautaro Martinez, the Inter Milan striker, scores one at the 48 minutes. Now, next one, Brazil against Venezuela at Venezuela. That one was a tie. For the Venezuelan team, Sotelo do scores at the 60 minutes. For the Brazilian guys, Hendrik do scores at the 20, which, by the way, at the 54 minutes, Vinicius Jr., the superstar for Real Madrid, he lost a penalty. Next one, Ecuador against Bolivia. On that one, Ecuador was home and they do beat Bolivia 2-0. For tomorrow matches, at Barranquilla, which is Colombia's house, Uruguay will face Colombia. And Asunción, Peru will fight Chile. Personally, I do think that Uruguay and Chile will get the wins. For the Uruguayans, maybe let me think. Maybe Lopez. Yeah, Lopez. The striker for Peñarol will score twice. For the Chile team, what about Vargas? Yeah, Vargas. The striker for AC Milan, he will score twice. Next one, please. Now, let's forget about soccer and why we don't jump until the boxing segment. This week, next, David Benavides fight was released. The Aztec will fight David Morrell. This one will take place at Vegas, even though it's not considered a title fight. I really think, as a boxing expert and fan, will be a great clash when these two men meet at the ring. They will destroy each other. Next. Last Saturday at New York City, Texans resident Jesse Bam Rodriguez knocked out Mexican Pedro Guevara. Even though that one was for a belt neither for the Mexican, that he not be had he get knocked out at the sixth round was a really sad night and a horrible defeat. Next, please. Now, the one that we all have been waiting for is finally happening tomorrow. When, after a couple of weeks talking to you about it and keeping you informed about it, Mike Tyson is facing Jake Paul. That one will take place tomorrow at 8 p.m. at Dallas, Texas. Speaking about it, let's remind some tips about this one. The fight will be qualified as the heavyweight fight, and it's not an exhibition. Like, it will be at the records of both. If Jake Paul wins, his record will be 11-1. If Tyson wins, his record would be 32-20. Speaking about that one, I think that I will go for the experience side. Even though he's already 60 years old, come on, guys. Tyson is Tyson. He have the experience. Even though some people may say, Juan, come on, it's Tyson. He's old already. He's not even in shape already. Guys, Tyson had been boxing since before Jake Paul the Burns. Jake Paul Burns at the 1998. On that one, on that year, Mike Tyson was fighting Sugar Shane. Yeah, Sugar Shane Mosley after being after being in jails for 6 months. Come on, Tyson knows what he's doing. Even though today at the official weights, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he slaps Jake Paul right over here on the middle of the press conference. It was awesome. I'm really, really excited about that fight. Next one, please. Now, speaking about Jake Paul, I I really don't know what is wrong with this guy. Now, on press conference, Jake Paul said that he will love to fight Canelo Alvarez at the 2,000 pounds. He thinks that Canelo is this close to retire. That decision, it may be a little bit smarter than facing Mike Tyson. Why? Because Jake Paul is on that category. He wants Canelo to get into his category. Canelo is in the welter one. Welters, they do weights on top of the 180. So if Canelo do accept the fight against Jake Paul, he needs to earn 20 more pounds, which been there, trust me. Earn weight is more difficult than do you think? Which, by the way, Canelo, even though I love him, even though for me he's one of the greatest, will have a hard time against Paul. Why? Because, come on, guys, it's not the same to move 180 pounds instead of move 200. Like Canelo on that category, first, he will lose velocity, but he will become stronger. Who will win? No one knows. What Canelo will say to Jake Paul words, no one knows. But I really, really wish that Canelo do accept, so he can close Jake Paul's mouth. Next one, please. Next week, Miguel Bersuet will fight, Argentinian Mauro Hassan. The Mexican have a record of 5 wins, 3 knockouts, and 2 defeats. The Argentinian from Rosario, which, by the way, is where this guy, Messi, the Borns, have a record of 15 wins. 8 of them by knockout, 3 of them by decision, and the rest are lost. That fight will take place this Saturday night at 8 p.m. at Yucatan, Mexico. Next one, please. And before I forget, I would like to say a big shout out to everyone at Raúl Izaguirre Middle School. I really wish them the best of luck next week when they do face the team of Bella Junior High. That one was Golpe de Gol, guys. I was your host, Juan. I really wish you do have a good night. It was a pleasure to be with you. See you next week, next time, same hour, only here on KCIP, The City. Have a good night.